Right, as Mark Anderson pits, I've been kind of a bit AFK. My apologies to whoever's actually watching this race. As Charlie Gordon is comfortably leading the way here. I don't think Coda was the best track to pick for a race this season. It's not really happening at the moment, is it, guys? As drivers are retiring left, right, and centre too. John Ahern moving up for the lead, overtaking Yeast. Now let's have a look at the tyres. These guys are on the same tyres. Edzak is also running comfortably in P3, so the top three yet to pit. Charlie Gordon has. So is Mark and David behind him. John's into the pits at long last. After 11 laps, his mediums have given up. He comes out P6 behind the two McLarens. So Yeast is kind of hoping for a safety car here. At this point. Hello, Ronaldinho. How are you, sir? I might be shooting you a DM this evening. As Mark Anderson gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. A business trip sounds very interesting. Yes, Andre. Camel. One of the camels will get you up to speed on that. That'd be a good idea. Meanwhile, back in this race, the top two yet to have pitted. Edzak on the opposite strategy to everybody else. And Charlie is going to be over a pit stop ahead here of Yeast soon because he is catching rapidly. Yeast hoping for a safety car. It's very unlikely it's going to happen though in this race. As Camel and Andre are debating the F2 race for tomorrow, as Charlie gets a 3-second time penalty. It's interesting. Yeast finally relinquishes into the pits. The safety car did not come for him. So 3 out of the top 4 have penalties. Edzak at the moment is really hoping for a safety car sometime soon. He's going to drop all the way down to P6 once he does pit. And this sunny afternoon in the Circuit of Americas, the Americas. Well, Edzak, that's not the right place to be parked. So, with we're over half race distance now, and everyone's going to be finished their pitting strategies, well, their expected pitting strategies. John Ahern is closing in. Even with a 6-second penalty. Yeast is well and thoroughly bottling. Charlie Orden making his stamp on the championship battle. As we are riding on board with Macaulay. This is going to be a photo finish if we get more than 5 at this rate. Meet up with Postman Pat in Greece. Ronald, you're going to have to tell us more about this. As Andre is calling for Charlie to be brought up into F2. Will there be discussions about it tomorrow? Well, he's got the fastest lap anyway of anybody. Only Mark Anderson is nearly as fast as him. And there's really nobody around anybody at the moment. Mark is close to Yeast. And that's about it, folks. This race hasn't been the most enthralling of ones. John Ahern comfortably riding along in P2. Some massive, massive deltas throughout the field. The only battle really worth watching here is this one. Can Mark get close enough to get DRS with less than 10 laps to go? This is literally a 5-driver race as Sam and Yarrow are not in the lobby. When did David Ann even DNF? Thank you, Andre. As we're still racing here, and John Ahern is bringing down the gap. Ooh, a battle indeed. As Mark and Yeast will be fighting out for the last podium position here. And Mark closing in with DRS is going to try and make a move. He's going to go side by side with Yeast. Fair from the two of them. A little bit of contact. Nothing outlandish. Both drivers usually quite clean. As Mark gets past 4 now. But Yeast, well, both drivers have loads of battery too, so... I can hear Andre screaming how much of a bottle this is from Yeast. He's a snap of oversteer there, that's not going to help him. Meanwhile, further back up the field, John Ahern is closing in on Charlie Gordon, even with that penalty. Oh, Yeast is a big snap there. These two are literally the only action out on track, as it looks more like a free practice session than anything else at the moment. Oh. And again, these two fighting at Yeast with DRS now, getting the move done at the end of the back straight as they are about to go into sector 3. And not a whole lot else happening still. Yeast having a very clean battle though, it has to be said. No one's taking anyone out, no one's bonking into anyone's back there. Even though Dirty Air is playing a role, Yeast are really forcing Mark out wide, giving him space, but just enough of it. It's quite clever from McCauley because it sets Mark up to be compromised around the long, swooping right-hander. And as a result of that, he keeps the position. Just over half a second is the difference between these two. Now it's less than that with DRS. Into turn 1 we go. No position change there. Mark's just got to handle the dirty area at this point if he wants to get a podium here. Sweeping through the S's. Is it the best idea to be so close through the S's with the dirty air? Now up the hill, which signifies the end of Sector 1. Yet again now, with just 3 laps to go, these two switching positions into turn 1 side by side. They're actually providing quite a nice little battle there. Does Mark get a track limits strike for that? That's an interesting question. As John Ahern with a 3-second time penalty, which kind of cements that he will be finishing P2. He's been rapidly closing in, Charlie. I don't know if Charlie's just been nursing the tires home or whatever, but yeah. Anyway, back to these two who were fighting the whole time now, putting on a bit of a show versus. There's not much else going on. And Sam and Yarrow's cars are also battling it out here, very close to the back of one another. But this is the battle on the track. Is Mark going to start getting a bit desperate? Oh, he's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's a disaster. He's been running so well. Yeast is going to take the last podium spot. That is very unfortunate for Mark. He's been having such a good race. Doesn't really commit to that move there. That is disappointing. Final lap of the race, and wow, John really has caught up. These two still battling it. Hold on a second here, because I haven't been paying attention. They both got a 6-second time penalty, and they're going to be racing towards the line here. Maybe Mark is going to get it. It is going to be Charlie Gordon's day. John Ahern will be P2. Who's going to win here, though? As this is going to go to the wire. And it will be Mark Anderson. Charlie Gordon with the win. Very impressive. Just to round it out here, Charlie Gordon P1, Mark Anderson. Oh, this is the wrongest runs. Hold on a sec. Charlie in P1, John Ahern in P2 from starting in 10th. Mark Anderson in P3 gets a podium. That's a good result for him. Yeast in P4, Edzak P5, and that's everyone who finished. And F2 is live tomorrow evening. Tune in for that. If we don't see you, have a lovely weekend, everybody. Thank you very much for being part of this. Good night.